Okay, so this video is going to be about the foods that they're planning to change. There's 25 foods that the government is trying to change to improve for our health. And let's see, did I lose it? Okay, so the first one, and this is going to probably upset a lot of people, but it's canned soup. And we're going, because everyone uses canned soup. I mean, not only if you're sick, but for cooking as well. But they said that it's because of the sodium levels, which are high. And they said that there's some artificial preservatives that could be harmful. Now, remember yesterday we did, so we talked about money and saving money, but this is also preservatives to save something. Remember, we're not actually putting it in there that's like saving money, like in a bank account or something like that. Okay, and then the next one is artificial sweeteners. Now, some people may be upset because of their diet, you know, Coke, their diet drinks. But artificial sweeteners, they have ingredients that have metabolic, this is like hormone, metabolic, it's changes throughout your system, metabolic changes, and also a cancer risk. Cancer. I think there's another sign, and some people will just spell it. So there's a couple of those. The next one is microwave popcorn. And everyone's going, oh man. But they said that the bags have a chemical, you know, in it that's linked to cancer. And they said the artificial butter, it includes an ingredient that is associated with, now I'm going to say respiratory issues. Now respiratory is breathing, but it's also your lungs. So lungs are respiratory problems. So I could use either one of those signs for that. The next one is a pasta sauce. Now I make my own, but I know it's easier like for, you know, recipes or whatever, but they said that it's because they have artificial flavoring and they have additives and preservatives and high sodium. And so that is if people have like a heart problem or a blood pressure problem. And so they said that this may cause people to focus more on real ingredients. Duh. So like real tomatoes, I didn't think they weren't using that. I thought they were. So anyway, and then the next one is sweetened condensed milk. Now many people use that for desserts. And you do condensed. This is that whole thing. You've got it and you're condensing it. Truncate, those kinds of words. But they said it has a high sugar content, and they use additives like stabilizers and preservatives that cause a health concern. So this would focus on those companies to reduce these added sugars and the process additives that are whatever they're using, their chemicals. So it'll change it. It'll cause these companies to put real ingredients in their food. And the next one is frozen pizza. Remember, we do pizza, double ZA, frozen pizza. They are high in sodium, and that causes like cardiovascular. So cardiovascular is like heart problems or heart, you can do circulation problems. They're high in sodium. I already said that. And they said that hopefully this will cause these companies to change how they make the frozen pizza, and those additives that they use, those chemicals, that they'll kind of throw them out. And processed cheese. And so they said that they are also, what's it going to be? It's going to be high in sodium, but also it says it has chemicals and artificial colorings. They just add different things that will cause like kidney. Now kidney is a K hand shape where your kidney is. You could do both, so it's kidney problems. So it'll just cause them to have a stricter regulation. These are rules, regulations. You could do that, or you could do management. Depends on how you're using that particular word. So hopefully it'll be a cleaner version of these processed cheeses. Sometimes I prefer like the real cheeses. It's a little bit more expensive, but it actually tastes better. Especially if you're cooking. And then next is artificial food flavorings. So that it causes allergic reactions, and that's the biggest problem, is the allergies. And then the next one is instant noodles. Many people use that, but they said that they use MSG, monosodium glutamate, and it is tied with headaches and other problems. It says it's very highly processed, and it has additives that may be kind of like, not sure if that's good or not. The next one I use a lot is those pre-packaged salad. You find them in the bag already, and they said, and I thought, what's wrong with that? It's already done up. But they said that it's the processing methods, because if they want it to have to be fresh, then they put in chlorine. I'm going to have to stop buying that. I didn't know they put chlorine in there. So it may have some, you can say negative or adverse health concerns. So think about the word that you're talking about. And I'm doing these videos off the cuff. This is my thought process as I'm going through it, as I'm trying to teach you, is what I'm thinking about when I'm looking at this. Okay, so they said that the food safety policies, remember, it's going to be a K hand shape, and it goes down for P, regulations, rules, policies, ordinances, all that's law. The next one I don't eat since I was a child, but it's this breakfast toaster pastries. Now I'm going to say bread on pastries, because usually pastries are made from bread of some sort. And so they're sweet, and they have, the icing, and they're different colors. But it says that the colorings have red dye, the F-hand shaped dye, because you're dipping it in something, number 40, and the high fructose corn syrup. Those are bad. Those are health risk. And they also said they have added sugars, and so it's not really nutritional very well, but everyone loves like donuts, and who doesn't? Anyway, the next one is energy. This is power, so this will be energy bars or bars. If you want to make it clear, sometimes spelling it is a little bit better. They said that they're nutritious, but there are many that have artificial flavorings, synthetic vitamins, and this is fake, right? So it's not real. So it's not a real vitamin that's in there. It's they've had chemicals that made it for the vitamin. So it's a fake vitamin. So it's not a pretend, but it is a made up. It's a man-made chemical for a vitamin. So I would use a fake. Synthetic is fake. We have synthetic rubber, but it's not real rubber that you would get from a tree. You see, they have chemicals that they mix up and then it becomes like rubber, right, for a tire. Anyway, I didn't want to get off track, but I wanted to do for synthetic, because synthetic isn't the real thing. It's a chemical made. So you could say chemical made vitamins. If someone said, what's a fake vitamin? Oh, it's chemical made. It's not the real thing that vitamins are made from. And they add sugar. So anyway, they said that they have health impacts for your metabolic and your digestive issues. So you could do your digestive. I would do it like this just because you're talking about digestive problems. But you could say stomach problems, but you're talking about the whole digestive system. So you could say digestive problems. But anyway, all these things are to help the companies do better, and the chemicals to try to ditch them or try to find a different alternative a different alternative. The next one is beef jerky. I thought that was natural, but they said that it relies on nitrates, I would spell it, and to preserve this shelf life. They said that these things are linked to cancer risk, wow, and other health concerns. It has high sodium. I didn't know some of it had high sodium. I know some of them do. The ones that are kind of like the sausagey type ones. Farmed salmon. And I would do fish. Either you could do fish last or fish first. You know, they go farm, fish, name, salmon. And they said that they artificially dye it pink. I didn't know that. I'm going to have to let my husband know. Okay. And they said that PCBs, and that's a contaminant. This is dirty and contaminant, like pollution. It's kind of the same. It's the same thing. So it says that they are requiring antibiotics, and that's not always good for our bodies. So you have to be careful with that. But they also have to be careful with environmental safety and sustainability. Sustainability is to continue on. Hang on a second. Sorry about that, but anyway, I had a phone call and then I had to put my jacket on. Anyway, but there's many other things that we buy on a regular basis, and they are going to be changed. So maybe if they're taken off the shelf, they're going to be given several years to change and improve, so our health won't continue to decline. So improve goes up and decline goes down. And so that's for our for diabetes, heart issues, cancer, and then they did say one was a kidney problem, but I'm mostly seeing, and they also said that the respiratory, either the breathing or the lung issue. So it just depends on how you want to use that, but there's different ways to suggest about additives. And you say, what's additive? Well, it's a chemical, or it's people-made chemicals. They say man-made, but women work in chemistry labs as well. So you could say people-made or person-made, or it's artificially made from chemicals. You can kind of use that definition how you want to and how you would want to explain it. So sometimes you may know, you know a sign, but does that other person know that sign? And how would you expand it? So, and then how would you sign that, right? So you can expand it, going, what is that definition? Or how do I use that word? Or what do I think that means, right? Because sometimes if people are saying words, or we say words that maybe we don't really know the meaning of, or the definition of, but we use it because we know that it works in that context. So that's what's really about, is knowing what you're talking about. So anyway, so if you see your favorite foods flying off the shelf, then you know why they are trying to force the companies to improve this food instead of so much artificial in there and chemical additives that can cause health, issues, headaches, go down the line. So it is surprising sometimes, and sometimes it's like, why did they do that? Or maybe they didn't know, but now they are knowing. So they were making it simpler, cheaper, and now it'll be different. So anyway, I hope y'all have a good day and practice and enjoy, and I'll see you later. Bye.